Welcome to my series, A Phrase a Day, where you learn useful phrases each day for your life in Germany. We are working on some words for renting or leasing an apartment. Today's words are Warmmiete and Kaltmiete. So a warm rent or a cold rent. What does that mean? Usually, if you are looking for apartments, for example, in the internet, you see a price, like, for example, 1,000 euros. Usually it says Kaltmiete, 1,000 Euro kalt, 1,000 Euro Kaltmiete. What that means is that you pay these 1,000 euros for the apartment, but not for the services. You pay extra for heating and for water, warm water and cold water. That means you have a cost Kaltmiete, which you cannot change or influence. And you have a Warmmiete, a warm rent, where you can influence how much you are heating or how much water you are using. You can influence that a little bit by using less. For example, if it is a warm winter, you don't have to pay that much for heating. But what we do in Germany always, if you are renting an apartment, we pay a monthly service charge for heating, warm and cold water. We have a counter in each apartment. Once a year, somebody reads how many units you have used. And according to the units you have used, you pay the amount for these service charges. So once a year, usually in January, February, you get a statement of service charges. And then it says what you have to pay on extra charges. So that is heating, water. But if you are living, for example, in a big apartment house with several units, you may have an elevator. You pay for the maintenance of the elevator. You may have a maintenance person. You pay for the maintenance person as well. You may have a community garden or community flowers or greeneries or something. You pay for the maintenance of that. These charges you cannot influence. The only charges you can influence is your heating and warm water use and cold water use. The electricity is between you and the city in which you live, so you make the contract directly with the city. So be aware when it says, oh, 1,000 euros kalt, but it's a big apartment, you may get a big bill for heating, because heating a bigger apartment is more expensive than a smaller apartment. And if it says 1,500 a month warm oder Warmmiete, then you know that's the bill you have to pay for each month. And at the end of the year, we see whether you have to pay extra because you used more heating than anticipated, or you used less. If it is a very cold winter, you may use more heating and you have to pay extra. Or if it is not a cold winter, you may use less heating and you get some money back. That's the difference between Warmmiete and Kaltmiete. Check it out in the internet, look at some apartments and use these phrases. Stay tuned for the next video.